Okay, we're back for part 4.
Hello.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching.
yeah. I don't know when this part will come out. Like they'll probably be in during this year.
So that was a fucking lie.
You know what? It's here now. They're listening now. This was like a second later, and they got here right on time. So
Yeah.
thanks for getting here right
I
on time, everybody.
That's for then. This is for now, which is we're doing part 4 of their
They
tale
didn't need their tail.
to transform into their giant monkey form.
And we have seen a lot
Yeah,
in
it
this.
seems like Z tends to just get derailed pretty quickly. The original story, once you get into it.
Yep, it does. It does, especially with the influence of Piccolo, because it doesn't go the Green Man's way for the most part.
But Raditz has replaced Vegeta pretty much in terms of the other Saiyan on Earth. Yeah. But though Vegeta is still alive, he just kind of, after killing Dodori, just said, yeah, I'm just gonna screw off doing something else. He's
gonna go after other parts.
He might
of
come back
Frieza's
to
forces.
Earth. Who knows?
I could totally see him come back to Earth. I mean, he's still got a rival in Kakarot and Raditz now, and he knows where the powerful Saiyans are. And as soon as if it gets to the point where Frieza dies, then he's gonna want to know who did it, and if it was a Saiyan, he's gonna want to meet that Saiyan.
The thing about Frieza, he has no clue what's going on. He has no clue. Like, he doesn't even remember the planet Namek, because they made that wish.
Yeah,
which I imagine the audience would be thinking, yeah, that's actually a pretty ingenious use of the Dragon Balls.
It is genius use. The audience would find that way, but they would all some people later on would be like, "Well, why didn't it happen sooner? We would have loved to see Goku and Raditz and going up against Frieza earlier." And it would be a hot topic for the internet at the time.
Yeah. But anyway, the gang is heading to Yardrat as like a pit stop after their ship kind of maybe ran into the same issue that Goku ran into with the ship in the filler.
Yeah, no way to really put any. They're just running whatever coordinates. That's the word I was looking for. Running whatever coordinates he could slam into the system in order to get it going.
She's the pilot.
Yeah.
So they end up on Yardrat. Who would be on Yardrat would be the Ginyu Force. They were never sent to Namek. Their original plan was to be sent to Yardrat, which is exactly where they went. So
yep. So Yardratians are in trouble.
Yeah.
If the Ginyu Force are going after this planet.
But that's when Goku and the gang show up on the planet to kick some ass.
Now, as a reminder, we have on this ship we have Raditz, Goku, Bulma,
Piccolo, Tien, Tien and Krillin.
Tien and Krillin. Okay. So I could see, as far as the mind training is concerned.
Well,
not only do we have
we have to deal with the Ginyu Force.
Well, that's what I was saying, because Guldo's powers, right? They're all psychic-based. They're all... It's not necessarily magic. It's an ability that his race can do. Tien kinda has experience in dealing with a foe like Guldo, because his best friend is Chaozu.
But first, we'll deal with the fact that they get there, wanting a repair on the ship. Though I imagine the Yardrats at first would be kind of hostile to them, because, oh no, another invaders have come here to kill us all. And they'd be like, whoa, we're not here to hurt you or anything. Would have to explain it, that he's just here for repairing the ship. But then they would hear about this Ginyu Force is going around the planet and destroying things willy-nilly.
I could see Raditz chime in. More invaders are on our planet. Wait, more invaders? What are you talking about? These people, they call themselves the Ginyu Force. Not them.
But it would
that's when we get. Yeah, we get the
Raditz
exposition.
from Raditz this time around, where he explains who they are. Like the 5 very flamboyant soldiers, a part of the Freezer Force, who, who are like super strong. Like they're nowhere.
Yeah, I don't get it. If they're all dancy and stuff, why are we afraid of them? Let's just say even Vegeta was afraid of what the Ginyu Force could do. Oh, yay! Thank you for barking.
The dog.
Hey!
The dog wants to have a say.
He wants the exposition too. Let me turn the light off so he'll stop seeing reflections in the. Because that's what he's doing. He's barking at the ghost dog.
Honestly, they could probably. Goku's going to be the one to want to.
Yeah, he's gonna want to fight him.
Yeah.
Throughout the changes in this one thing is very clear. Goku wants to fight strong people.
Mm-hmm.
So we're definitely gonna get a showdown with the 5 we got. Goku, Raditz, Krillin, Tien, and Piccolo versus Guldo, Jace, Birder, Raccoon, and Ginyu.
Yes. No. Now they would be like. Who are these shuns here? Why do I like the idea of Ginyu sounding like 60s Batman?
Rest in peace, Adam West.
Yeah.
60s. What are these people doing here? Something like that.
Yeah.
I can't really. It's been so long since I've done that voice.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's going to end with a fight between the.
Would they still follow the same strategy
well, it's 5 isn't it?
Yeah, it is 5v5, but would they still have the same
Ginyu
strategy
Force,
of
the Ginyu Force would do the rock paper scissors to pick who's gonna fight who, or they use the Wheel of Death.
Wheel of Death.
It's either one of those.
We'll just say for the sake of argument that it's the same way as before.
Yep.
So that the continuity of their rock, paper, scissors, whatever, continues with Guldo going first.
He's fighting.
And then Raccoon.
He's going to be fighting Tien and Krillin.
Yep, and
he's not going to live.
I would think that Goku would want to go in first, but I would think that Tien, being savvy with power sensing, and same thing with Piccolo, they both realize how much of a power level Ginyu has. So they'll be like, nah, we should let Krillin and Tien handle this at first. Give them a turn, Goku.
Yeah.
Of course, Goku would be, all right. So
and his thing, Tien's third eye can really help him if Guldo ever does do freezing time. Like he
right.
Like as he's like holding his breath and walking around, like Tien can just slowly turn his head.
Yeah, and he's also familiar with a lot of the psychic techniques that Guldo showed off because Chaozu can do the same thing.
Yeah.
So he would be familiar and be like, okay, yeah, that's how you're doing it.
Yeah, and you could probably say it ends the same way, but the Krillin cuts Guldo's head off with a destructor disc.
It actually works!
Yeah!
Yay!
as Tien would be the one who's going to fight him the most, and then Krillin, he makes Krillin, talk probably mentally talks with him because he can do that. He can mentally talk with people. So
yeah, and Krillin isn't a stranger to a lot of the mind communication either. After all, Krillin and Gohan on the way to Namek in the original continuity did mind training on the way to Namek, so it's not like Krillin's very much a stranger to mind communication, especially with Tien. But when it comes down to Raccoon, that becomes another story. I think Raccoon is too much for the humans.
Yeah, even
in this situation.
Yeah, so Tien tries to use the tri-beam, and it basically tatters a Raccoon's gear like it did on Namek.
Yeah, it would. The tri-beam destroy Raccoon's armor for the most part. I don't think he would get that much of the face makeover that he did before. And I would think like after his armor got broken, Raccoon would kind of be a little angry about that. Like just add a story to it. After the Tri-Beam, hey, you messed up my armor. I had to pay for that one myself. I'm gonna pound you silly, Triclops.
And yeah, Krillin and Tien likely would be pounded and defeated by these guys. But thankfully, the Yardratians have their healing techniques that they can use to get them up and about again.
And as he brings his arm down on a weakened Tien, poof, there's Piccolo. Yeah, Piccolo gets in the way and blocks it like, Goku, get your friends. It's my turn.
Oh, this is going to be fun seeing Piccolo, who... I don't know anyone, like, what their power levels are at this point, but... I think Piccolo is stronger than Raccoon at this point.
Oh, yes, indefinitely. I mean, let's rattle it down real quick. He's had experience fighting a couple of great apes throughout his lifetime.
Yep.
Unlike the other Piccolo. I mean, like, yeah, the original Piccolo fought Gohan in his great ape form, but it wasn't a fight. It was dodging around and trying to figure out how this thing worked. But this Piccolo is also strong from what they did on Namek. So this Piccolo is going to be too much for Raccoon to handle, clearly. But at first, Raccoon's having fun with it. He doesn't understand it because at least the intel that they have on a Namekian warrior, there's no way his power level's more than 5,000.
Plus, they still have scouters, and they're suppressing their powers while they...
Right, well. and that's what the scouter's confirming. Hey, this guy's got only a power level of 6,500. He shouldn't be handling Raccoon like he is.
Yeah.
Like, they don't understand why this Namekian's just not going down. And then finally, when Piccolo does power up and take the battle seriously, Birder, Jace, and Ginyu are all shocked, but Raccoon's already lost his scouter by this point. He doesn't know what he's after.
And then, like he did with Nappa, he then goes, Monkosako! And then just shoots him right through his chest.
Yep. Yeah. It's Makon Kosapo, and Raccoon is dead. Not down, dead.
Yeah, because Piccolo at this point is still a lot more bloodthirst. He's going for the kill this way. And...
Yep, but after two of the members of the Ginyu Force are defeated, this is something that Ginyu does not like. So then Piccolo is double teamed by Jason Birder.
Oh my.
At the same time, because how dare a Namekian kill a member of the Ginyu Force?
Would they decide to retreat at this point? Like the three of them left.
I'm not sure if it was just Jace, I could see it. If Ginyu wasn't there and Birder, just like in the original, if Ginyu wasn't there and Birder was taken out, it was just Jace, Jace would escape to live another day.
Yeah, so when it comes to this fight though, I could see Piccolo killing one of them. I could see him splitting them at one point, and then does he have the? What's the move that he uses where he shoots a bunch of energy balls in the sky and then?
Hellzone Grenade.
Does he have that ability yet?
He does not have that ability yet. He got that ability after fusing with Kami.
Right.
So when it comes down to but if you still want Piccolo to kill one of them, I can see one of two ways for it to happen. And one of those one of two ways. But it all hinges on the question: what is Piccolo's power level right now?
Well,
so if half of Piccolo's power level, let's put it this way, if half of Piccolo's power level equates to either Jace or Birder, then Piccolo's got this with the multiform technique. But if it doesn't add up, then one of the Z members are going to have to come in, either Raditz or Goku.
Or maybe we could have it that because Ginyu has seen the strength of this Namekian. So he's thinking in his eyes that if he can handle Raccoon, he must be a worthy opponent. Yeah, so
Okay, I can see that.
Berta.
Berta and Jace, do you want us to go in, sir? No, I don't think that will be necessary.
No, I would
I
say
want
that
it.
that they want to get sort of make Piccolo like get him to a full Nelson or something. Either I'd say that in the battle, like they go to battle him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And during the battle, he's able to pretty much kill Jace. Like he's able to get him off guard and does like the same thing that Vegeta does, like just blasts him into dust. And during this, Piccolo is distracted by this, going, haha, got you. And then Berta comes around, being the fastest man in the universe, and full Nelsons him so that Ginyu can switch bodies.
Oh, you want Ginyu to switch? Well, there'd be. I guess there's only two things that I would argue on that one.
I honestly,
one, it's a.
I like this idea though.
I like the idea. I do like the idea. My arguments have to be like it's still a 2-on-1 battle. So Piccolo is like, as far as killing Jace, no. Mortally wounding him, sure,
Yeah.
I can believe that. And the second thing, as far as body swapping with the Namekian, he still sees two Saiyans that haven't done anything yet. So it's like,
Yeah, but he hasn't seen their power.
He's gonna be.
He hasn't seen their power yet, so he thinks, okay, I can switch bodies with this Namekian, and then I can try and because he
Switch again.
He doesn't know that the Saiyans are as strong as they are now. He thinks they're like under 20,000. Like Raditz, like last time he's seen Raditz, which he points out, he was a power level 1,500, so he shouldn't be that strong. So he has seen Piccolo fight, and he's powered up and everything when he was fighting Raccoon. So he thinks, okay, I'm gonna get the Namekian, switch bodies with him, then kill the two Saiyans that are on the side there.
Okay, I can see that. You sold me on that. I still think Jace wouldn't be
so Jace,
dead yet.
Jace, he's able to blast Jace away into a rock face or something.
Yeah, Jace survives, but he is wounded. He's out of the battle for right now.
Yeah, and so Raccoon has his pick. It's like, wait, you can't fool us. I'm Piccolo.
And the body swap would occur.
Yeah, and then Ginyu would, and then that's something that now Raditz and Goku would have to get involved here.
Yeah, where it would be a 2-on-2. It would be Piccolo Ginyu.
I wonder if they'll figure out that they've ended up switching bodies at first. Well, to be fair, once Berta lets go, Piccolo isn't trying to kill Berta, so.
Well, two members of the Z Warriors would know that something happened.
Like Tien
Goku.
Likely would figure out pretty quickly. He's a very intelligent fighter and would know that is not Piccolo.
Yeah, I fully believe that Tien would be able to put it together faster than Goku, and I would think Goku would also know that something's up, but he wouldn't put it together because he would be able to sense it like, wow, there's something wrong with your energy. I can't really pin it, and that's when Tien would be like, because that's not Piccolo.
Yeah. So, and as they go into fight, as Piccolo in Ginyu's body would have to sit on the sidelines, being really pissed off that he let that happen. He's supposed to be smarter than that. It's at this point Raditz and Goku would get involved.
With this information from Tien, would everybody's best friend Krillin talk the Yardratians into healing Ginyu's body? Because Ginyu's going to harm himself before the body
them
change.
Being so spiritually inclined, I think they would notice that he's not in the right body, so they'll likely heal Ginyu's body because he would have still done the whole punctured his chest cavity. So
yeah, and Krillin would go over and just be like, well, I let my guard down, and I can't believe he got one over on me like that. Don't worry about it. We'll find a way to get you back to normal, even if we have to use the Dragon Balls. For now, this is Goku and Raditz's battle.
And Goku and Raditz would... Well, I think Goku would be fighting Ginyu Piccolo.
Yeah, Goku would be fighting the Ginyu Piccolo, and Burter would be having trouble with Raditz. Like, you are not supposed to be this strong. What's the matter, Snake Guy? You can't handle me.
I love because he goes spouts about how he's the fastest in the universe. So, and what'd be funny is if Burter goes for a punch and then Raditz just sort of speeds behind him, going, "What? Too fast for you?" As he, punches Burter in the back.
What's the matter? You can't see me?
Yeah. Well, Goku would quickly realize that Piccolo, this Ginyu, is not using the full strength.
Yeah, Goku would realize that he doesn't have to go full strength. He's holding back.
Or
he would realize that he didn't have to go full strength, but this guy's giving it his all, and it's not even matching his foot. Like, this isn't really a fun fight for Goku, because he knows that Piccolo is capable of more, but Ginyu can't pull that out.
Yeah. And kind of similar to what happens on Namek, Ginyu decides, okay, I'm going to switch bodies with this guy. If this body's not going to work out for me, maybe a Saiyan's body will be better. And that's when Ginyu comes in, and Piccolo comes in Ginyu's body to then re-switch back.
Yeah, and it wouldn't be hard because the body was healed. Yep, so Piccolo would get in the way, they'd swap back, and as soon as Piccolo, gets his senses, he's back to himself, he yells at Goku for being an idiot and almost letting that thing happen again.
And then, him being hurt, he ends up just... and then he uses the Monka Kosopo again to just... I don't know. Because he knows the guys can body switch, or... what do you think would happen at this point? Because Ginyu's now back in his original body.
I would think... Okay, yeah, Ginyu's back in his original body, but he's back in his original body. He knows the limit now. Because Goku would have been talking and been like, I don't know why you're not pulling Piccolo's power all the way out. I mean, it's not like he was this weak, Goku would have told him that in the middle of the fight. Yeah. By the time Ginyu kind of gathers it, he'll realize that in order to reach his 150,000, that's what he's going to have to use on these people, because taking the body is not going to work here.
And while this is happening, Raditz finishes off Burter. Not killing him, but sort of just knocking him out of the match, out of the fights.
As soon as Jace comes in, he gets a face full of Burter, and they're both down.
It's like, Captain, I'm here to say, and he's just like, there. There's your.
Actually, do you want Raditz to have a mean streak here? Because he's aware of what happened to the Saiyans.
Maybe what he does is that he throws Burter into Jace as he's flying, and then just eviscerates both of them.
Yeah, I could see him. I could see the scene, throws Burter into Jace. They're both knocked. Jace was barely getting up, and then he gets a face full of Burter. And then he, stands there growling, 2 ki blasts charging in his hands.
It's similar to what happened in, the movie, the first Z movie, the Dead Zone. It's like, that's the last time they take on someone with a pole that big.
I can see Raditz be like, you all taunted me for being one of the weakest Saiyans. Well, now the Saiyan race is gonna take its revenge on you! Double Sunday!
And Jace is like, oh my god!
Yep.
Or if it was...
Double Sunday would take... I mean, Double Sunday would make a new meaning here, because 1 blast for each member of the Ginyu Force.
Or Jace would say something like, clever girl. Bring it into the abridged there.
Clever girl. And Burter would say something like, how could he be faster?
Yeah. And oh, crap, his men are now all dead.
Yep, Ginyu is the last one left, and
I could see that when Raditz flies up to Goku would be like, well, you don't have to kill them.
Then Raditz would be like, yes, I did. Trust me, Kakarot. I needed to kill them.
Well,
Just like I need to kill this one.
And Goku would be like, oh, as long as you don't make that a habit.
And I think if it was Vegeta, he'd be like, no promises. But given that it's Raditz, he'd be like, oh, trust me, these lot had it coming a mile away. You know, like Raditz would be like, yeah, it's not gonna be a habit. It's just that these people are also just as responsible as Frieza for subjugating his entire race.
And
they deserve it.
I don't also at this point I don't see Ginyu getting out of this.
No, he's got not a fully healed Piccolo, but a Piccolo that can still fight.
Well, he probably is healed by he is healed by the Yadradians, likely just.
Yeah, Goku's taken barely any damage from Goku or from Ginyu Piccolo, and it feels really friggin' good having killed two of the members of the Ginyu Force by himself.
Yeah. So
no, Ginyu ain't coming out of this.
Yep.
He's not even coming out of this in a frog body. He's dead.
He's dead. Yeah. No frog body this time. He goes straight down to Heffel.
I will say the body change. Like he might try the body change, but he would miss because Piccolo got on Goku for letting him do it again.
Also, your voice is going robotic there.
Uh-oh. Darn it, friggin' connection.
Oh.
Let me reconnect to the call. Are we good now?
We good.
Are we AO good now?
I think we were good now. Yep.
Okay, alright.
That was so yeah.
Okay. So the Ginyu Force dies on Yardrat, and the Yardratians are very thankful for their violent saviors.
No, none of that. Shame on you.
Hooray for the violent saviors! Bahudores, Bahudores!
And Piccolo's the one who's like, no, none of that. Shame on you.
Shame on you.
Yeah.
But in return, I'm sure the Yadratian training would definitely be on the table.
Yes. So, while this is happening, Frieza losing contact with the Ginyu Force is like, alright, that's it, I'm going to Earth. Because that is where, from his intel, that's where those Saiyans went. So he's going over to that planet. But I think if this was Toriyama writing, he would only get there as the gang in space finish their training.
I would say, okay, so
remember, though,
I would say that they would finish their training. Yes, they would finish their training as far as instant transmission. But
here's the thing. That's the thing. Each member of the team do something new. So Goku and Raditz, I could see them learning instant transmission. That's something that they probably learn. Piccolo and Tien would decide to learn the cloning technique because they're already familiar with the multiform. So this is just like an advanced version of that they can learn.
Yes.
And while Krillin decides to learn the giant technique because here's him being short, he just grows.
Are you sure he will? Are you sure Dr. Sensu Bean wouldn't learn healing?
He might have seen like when one of the Yadradians he was like, man, that's really useful.
Right, and I could see. Okay, I could see him either. I could see either him learning healing or spirit vision. But spirit vision,
I don't. You want to coin it?
I don't really have a coin on me given my living situation right now. But
I have a coin. I can use that.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it. It's one of those two. I could totally see Krillin learning.
Yes.
But the points I was going to make has to do with the time limit. So let's get the flip out of the way first.
Okay, so heads it will be Force Spirit Vision. Tails it will be the healing.
Yep.
Heads.
Okay.
That is going to be broken.
That's going to be Well, it's only going to be broken in situations where Krillin doesn't get his ass handed to him early.
But Cell,
but
exact
therein,
Cell.
yes, therein lies also the time limit. So, for a typical Saiyan pod in Frieza's sphere of influence, it took the Saiyans 9 months to get to Earth.
Yeah.
With Frieza's ship, I would say 3 months. Now we look at each member of the squad: Goku, Raditz, Piccolo, Tien, and Krillin. I could see them all learn the basic Yardratian training, in which the Saiyans would get instant transmission before the 3 months is up. Clearly.
Yeah.
But Piccolo and Tien are used to this kind of training. In the 3 months it would take them to get instant transmission, after the first month, Tien and Piccolo are already done with the beginning training. And instant transmission, actually, all of them could get, because it is one of the most basic techniques of the Yardratians. So I could see, like, what was the name of the teacher, the Yardratian in charge of the training? What was his name? I'm trying to remember.
Pybara, was it?
Yeah, Pibara. Master Pibara. So I could see Pibara,
and
after
the other guy and that other giant Yadradian.
Soba.
Soba. Yeah, those two.
Yeah, Soba. Yeah. So I could see. Okay, so Master Pibara would approach them after the first month, and Piccolo and Tien would have just come on in leaps and bounds. And
their strength would be so much higher now.
Yeah, and Pibara would be like, "Oh, I do see positive improvement in both of you. You seem to have a knack for these sorts of things." Well, I spend most of my time in wastelands doing this anyway. And I focus on mind training already as it is. Oh, I do see. But I see that both of you are quite eclectic when it comes down to our form of training. I will advance your training so that you may learn one of our sacred techniques. The others still need a couple of months in order to catch up to where you are. So, come with me. And Pibara would then excel their training. So, like you said, they would get the cloning technique. They would upgrade the multiform technique before the 3 months was up. And Frieza's on fucking Earth.
Yes. Frieza's on Earth by that point. But, instant transmission.
But what... who are they going to latch onto? That would be a big question.
Bulma's around, isn't she? And she did communicate with Earth. So.
Yeah, she can totally communicate with Earth, and she's spent time on Yardrat, shopping their clothes and learning technology as far as that's concerned.
Oh yeah, she's probably made a catalog of all the things that she wants to take with her.
And more importantly, she's used her capsule technology to locate the Ginyu ships and take them with her.
Oh gosh.
She would be like, "Hey, so how did those guys get here? Oh, they probably used pods. Yeah, the Ginyu Force have their own pods. I have to go on an expedition real quick. You guys have fun with the training."
That's so Bulma for her to...
Yeah, Bulma's going to put those pods in capsules and take them with her.
Yeah.
She's not going to leave that technology behind.
So when they communicate with Earth, there's this guy, like, around the energy, this guy is, like, the energy coming from him is, like, immense.
Massive.
Yeah. It's Yamcha who's, freaking out. There's like, "Oh, we were gonna die, oh god, was this?" It's like, "Shut up, Yamcha, you went to King Kai's."
I could see Yamcha be on the lookout, you know, having been training just in case more Saiyans show up.
Yeah.
You know, so I could see him go down to Korin, who can sense things a lot fucking better than Kami can. Imagine that.
And that's how they get to Earth. And that's how they get to Earth, is that he shoots out energy like, you know, Kozkaya can to, you know, make Earth and his energy very visible to Goku and Raditz.
Right, you know, they would communicate over the console that they're communicating with Bulma.
So would
Bulma's
Gohan as well.
to
Being on Earth as well, he'd be training as well, and that he would probably do the same thing to help his.
Yeah, Yamcha would have totally involved Gohan on training. You know, he would take him. He would take him to Korin. He would do Korin's training, and then they were both on
And
the lookout training with each other.
as well as Chiaotzu, he's around
Yeah.
as well.
So what they say over the communication to with Bulma is, hey, if all three of you power up as much as you can, we can be there instantly. So they would all go up to the lookout so they don't wreck anything on Korin's tower, and all charge up. And sure enough, ping, there it is.
Yeah, and but here's the thing, one character decides not to go back to Earth right away. That being Krillin, because I think even after 3 months, he still hasn't got the hang of full spirit.
No, he does not have. Yeah, he does not have the hang of full spirit vision, and he could see that it'd be extremely useful if they come across a really, really strong guy.
Yeah, so
totally,
like,
I agree with that.
And
he'll be like, you know what? I'm gonna stick around on Yardrat in case they need my backup again. And he'll act like, yeah.
So Krillin is gonna stay there to learn the technique that he wants to learn.
Yep, and Piccolo, Tien, Raditz, and Goku would
with Bulma.
Yep, they would tell Bulma, hold on to us. In fact, actually, Piccolo and Tien put their hands on Goku's shoulder, and this is where Raditz like holds his hand out to Bulma, like, hold my hand. Oh, why? If we're going to instant transmission, then you need to touch me.
Oh my.
Well. Oh.
Yeah. So he's trying not to make it obvious, but yeah.
And Bulma being like the sly person she is, just like, where exactly?
I believe Raditz would be like, it doesn't matter, just put your hand on me, and she would hug his arm, you know.
Yeah.
So they would teleport. They'd make it to the lookout, and Bulma, after that instant, she would just fall on her ass and be like, "Whoa, we just went halfway across the universe in like instantly. I need time to process this."
And then she forgot, and then she realized, wait, where's the ship? It's like,
everything's probably still on Yardrat. And of course, she would want to be back there, and Goku would have to remind her, be like, oh, well, it's okay because Krillin's back there. If we need to get back to Yardrat, then we'll instant transmission after we're done with Frieza. It's not all gone, like,
and
don't make a big deal about it.
How strong do you think they got on Yardrat in those 3 months?
Well, given that Goku in his Super Saiyan form, same form as fucking Trunks, was blocking a sword with his finger, pretty well.
Wow.
They did pretty well.
They'd be probably stronger than Frieza in his 3rd form, definitely.
Thing is, though, they don't have Super Saiyan.
But they do have Ikari.
They do have the Ikari, the great ape. What did we call it? I thought it was like...
It's
Pseudo-Ikari
or something. It's basically
because the legendary Super Saiyan would be the one that has the Ikari, and we haven't met.
They just have the regular 10 times, while Broly has the infinite Ikari boosting.
Has the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
So.
And Gohan is obviously happy to see both his uncle and father.
And Goku. We would have a family moment where Goku hugs Gohan.
And it's like, oh, I should say hi to Chi-Chi as he just teleports to a.
I would think it would be like, hey, I should say hi to Chi-Chi, and Raditz would be like, we have better things to do, Kakarot. Frieza is on this planet.
Yeah.
So that would have to stall, and of course Gohan would be like, oh, it's okay, I'll go home and tell Mom that you're on the planet now, and Gohan would fly off, and Goku would be a little proud. His son knows how to fly. Huh.
I guess. Yeah, Frieza is on the planet. Like, maybe he lands in the same area that he did originally.
I would agree with that. He would land in the same area that he would have landed on.
But now,
as Mecha Frieza. But he's only in his first form.
Yeah. So now, he has Raditz, and Goku.
Right where he wants him. He's got the last Saiyans where he wants him.
Yamcha and Chiaotzu as well. They come and Yamcha shows off his Kaioken that he learned on King Kai's.
Yeah, I could see Tien and like on the way there, right? Raditz would make it clear to everyone else that, you know, do what you want to the soldiers. We don't care. But
yeah, so Goku.
Frieza is a fight for us Saiyans.
Yeah, so you can go
You know?
ham on the other soldiers. He's like, oh yeah.
But don't you dare touch Frieza. That's for me and my brother.
Yeah. So and Zarbon is still around as well.
Yeah.
He's still there. Yeah.
But he is heavily outclassed by at least Tien.
Yeah. And I
At
think
this
when
point-
when they get there, obviously Frieza's going to underestimate the Raditz. Raditz, really? Him. Power level of 1,500. What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
But I think with Zarbon, he goes. He's like, Zarbon, deal with him for me.
Gladly, Lord Frieza. Ah!
And Raditz like, you want to know what happened to Dodoria?
Do you want to find out what happened to Dodoria? Something like this. And he displays on what he's gonna do by putting a hole all over Zarbon's. No homo.
And he blasts and he
Boom.
blows his load all through
Yep.
him.
Oh my.
All over Zarbon's inside. So that happens, and Frieza is a bit shocked, to be fair.
Yeah.
But given who Frieza is, he would offer Raditz a spot at his side. Come on back to the fold. It's alright. And of course Raditz would be like, No, Frieza. You've had this for a long time coming. So,
As he just sends the rest of his Frieza soldiers to go there, and the other Z fighters are going to handle them.
yep.
Well, Frieza gets out of his chair and decides, all right, I'll handle you two. As he looks at Raditz, and then he looks at Goku. He's like, and you, I don't recognize you.
I would think like he would have been like, I don't recognize. Wait. Oh, you're a spitting image of that Saiyan that put up quite the valiant effort as I was destroying planet Vegeta. You what? That's right. It wasn't a meteor. It was me. And Raditz would just go in.
Turning a Kari as he does so.
Yep.
And
and-
Frieza would immediately realize, oh shit, he's that strong.
Oh, is this the legend? I mean, he would mistake it. This is the legendary Super Saiyan power. Okay, he's quite strong. Well, it's a good thing that this is only my first form, and then second form Frieza happened.
Yeah.
And Raditz is outmatched because we're talking about a power level of 1 million, and Raditz is about, I would say, about 700,000 by now.
I'd say stronger than that, honestly.
Depends on how seriously Raditz would have taken the Yeldradian training, you know?
I'd still say over 1 million, at least.
Okay, alright, I could see it be over 1 million, and he would be giving
Plus,
Frieza a run
in
for his
his
money as
Akari-
far as that's concerned.
In Akari, he has a 10 times booster, so he's now at 10, he'd be about 10 million. So...
The reason why I was saying 700,000, that 700,000 was a base. You know, like 700 as a base. So with the Akari, he'd be at 7 million.
I still say just go 1 million.
Okay. All right. We'll do that.
And Piccolo's
and-
the one who's like 700,000 something. And then,
That makes sense.
And then
And
Tien's
Goku
like,
would be
Tien's
like 1.2.
Yeah, Tien's like it's go at Frieza's first form level. Like yeah.
Yeah.
So
And so the battle would rage on, and as soon as Frieza realizes that his second form isn't doing it, he also realizes that Raditz is starting to run out of steam.
yeah.
Because holding the form is difficult.
Yeah.
So I could see Raditz possibly swap out with Goku
Yeah. And
as
Goku
soon
is-
as Goku realizes
Goku
that.
is likely stronger than Raditz at this point in his base.
Like I said, probably like 1.2 million. something like that.
Yeah.
Not too much stronger than Raditz, but he's been at it longer. So yeah, I could see Goku be a little bit stronger than Raditz, but at the third form,
They start to struggle.
yeah, that's where they lose their advantage. At the third form, both Saiyans have to fight together just to excuse me. God, there it is. Just to hold off third form Frieza, and by then the Z Warriors, they're done with the friggin' they're done with the soldiers. So they're realizing how much of a pain in the ass Frieza is right now.
Yeah, they don't have Krillin with his Destructo Disc, unfortunately. They can't just.
They have to try.
Yeah, so
the second form is over 1 million. The final form, when he first turns into it, at about 50%, is 60 million. We can round up this third form to maybe between 10 million and 20 million.
Yeah.
Is what we're dealing with here.
Yeah, so they're going to be really hurting by this point.
Does anybody know the Spirit Bomb at this point?
Chaozu does.
Okay, so
he did learn that.
He did learn it, but getting him into the battle, that's the big question.
Well, he's not fighting Frieza. He was fighting all those soldiers, and now he's just gonna.
Yeah, so he was there. So he would come up with the idea like, is Frieza really evil? Oh, the worst from what we've been hearing. I think I have a plan, Tien, but I'm gonna need some help. So he doesn't teach Tien the Spirit Bomb, but he tells him what.
Yeah,
he tells him basically he needs time.
Is going to be the one who does the.
Yeah, Chaozu's gonna charge up a giant Spirit Bomb.
God, could you imagine
in order to
what the audience would be thinking? It's like, what that little guy's doing? Oh my god.
Yeah, like how did he do that? You know, I mean, I could see like in the middle of the fight. When Goku and Raditz are on the back foot, they're panting, they're exhausted. Frieza's still in his third form.
Yep.
Piccolo and Tien get in the way of Goku and Raditz. And of course, Goku's like, huh? Guys, what are you doing? No time to explain. Get to Cords and get a Senzu Bean now.
Actually, and you know what? This is when Gohan could come in with some Senzu Beans.
Yeah, he could.
Well, I could see this. Piccolo has been basically evading Frieza by like doing the cloning and just messing with him so he's distracted. Well, Goku and Raditz got some Senzu Beans. Yeah,
he could have sensed when Frieza went third form. Like, oh no, I better go to Mr. Corns. You know?
Yeah, as he has to leave his pregnant mother to be about himself again. But he goes, gets Senzu Beans and gets to the battlefield to hand over some to his now really injured, uncle and father, with them getting Zenkai boosts from that.
Yep. And so everybody would be like, okay, so whatever Chaozu's doing, they're going to use it on Frieza, right? Yeah. And of course, Goku would kind of figure it out because he's good at battle. He's like, hey, Gohan, you should put as much energy as you can into what he's charging. You too, Yamcha. We'll keep holding off Frieza, but if you can help Chaozu charge that thing, that would help a lot.
And then they get back into the battle with them now stronger. How much stronger would you say they get?
Well, if we're going to base the third form between 10 million and 30 million, I'd like to say just 25 million. Just give it a base number. We could do the multiplier. I'd say Raditz wouldn't get stronger than about 12.5 million, and Goku 13 million.
Yeah.
But both together would still be able to hold Frieza off relatively
10
well.
times that is like 130 and 120 million. So that's a huge boost in power.
Which would force Frieza to go to his final form and prove to be too much for the Saiyans, because when he tries in his final form and it is...
Well, they're stronger than Frieza in his like half of his final form now.
Well, you see, that's the half of his final form was 60,000. 100%, 120,000. And thanks to the Ikari, really only one of them has more energy to burn.
Yeah, so they're kind of in a slog, really. Like they're just going, both at ending up getting a lot of damage from this. Now Frieza's annoyed that they got stronger. That damn Saiyan Zenkai boost.
Yep. So I could see that occur, as well as, hey, Chaozu's about done now.
Oh, and as they just started to, and they teleport away from Frieza, as it's like, hey, where did you two? And he just looks up, going, oh, crap.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. And he just, nom, nom, nom. Oh my god.
Okay, but why though? Something like that. So, yeah, Frieza would take it, but Frieza's still alive, isn't he?
He probably is, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking. I mean, if Goku's Spirit Bomb didn't work in the fucking original, what makes you think Chaozu's is gonna work now?
Now here's the question: who does Frieza decide to kill?
The shrimp that threw the giant friggin' ball of light at him.
Oh, don't kill Chaozu off again. Or maybe he goes for Chaozu, but Gohan gets in the way.
I was gonna say even Tien gets in the way, because he wasn't gonna let that happen again.
True. Like, Gohan gets in the way, and then Tien gets in the way of Gohan.
Yeah. And, yeah, Goku's like, Tenshinhan! Like, you know, he'd be angry about it. And then Piccolo, right in the tit!
Yeah, and then just starts... And Raditz would likely get his own...
Yeah, I imagine, like, Goku was barely able to stand from all the stress and all that, and, you know, yelling for Frieza to stop it.
And this is where we get...
Frieza would be like, alright, I'll stop your heart. And that's when Raditz, like... I could see Raditz get in the way and kind of hug his brother in a way. And the beam barely dodges Goku's chest with the angle. And literally Raditz dies in Goku's arms then.
Oh god, we've fucking, that is enough to make Goku just...
Yep, and we would get the speech that Vegeta said on Namek before he died. We get that from Raditz here. Like, the reason why I was so bad initially is because of what Frieza did to me. He did this to Vegeta, he did this to Nappa. He did this to every single race that he's subjugated for his army. You know, like, we would get that out of Raditz before he died. And that's when Frieza would say, how about the boy next? And with instant transmission, as well as transforming in Frieza's face, Frieza's finger is broken by an angry Super Saiyan.
Or better yet, it gets ripped off straight away. Like, just straight ripped off. Like, Goku is pissed.
Yep, he is angry, and of course he yells at Gohan, like, Gohan, Yamcha, get Piccolo a Senzu Bean now! But, Dad, if Piccolo dies, then the Dragon Balls can't bring back our friends! Take them and go! And that's when Yamcha, you know, is like, come on, Gohan, your dad makes a really good point. We're just gonna get in the way. Let's go. Get Mr. Piccolo, I'll get the others. And so, you know, trusting Yamcha...
And they get the bodies as well of Tien and Raditz.
Yep. Even Chaozu's helping, you know. So they get everybody away so that hopefully they can make everything better.
Mm-hmm.
And this Goku is quite a lot stronger.
Yeah, Frieza's dead now.
Yeah, considering Frieza was already going 100% in order to keep up with both Goku and Raditz, he's got nothing else to run on.
Yep.
Even attempting to destroy Earth isn't going to go well.
So, Jiro does get Frieza's cells, so...
Yeah, so there's something to look forward to for the future. And Goku angrily does yell in Super Saiyan form after Frieza's
and
done.
it flickers, and his Ikari flickers with it. It's like a
Yep.
sort of and it's
Like, he didn't realize that he was using Ikari with this new form, whatever it was, the entire time.
And that goes up to 500 times his base power.
Yeah, that would add up to about 500 times. Also, his yell would probably be there just to use up all of the energy, so that he wouldn't destroy Earth, you know?
Yeah.
So, he does that, and he realizes that, oh no, Raditz and everybody, they're probably back at the lookout. And when he instant transmissions, well, actually, Raditz is alive. Because his bald friend made it back to Earth and was able to heal Raditz.
Wait, wasn't Raditz dead?
Well, that's why I wanted to use your point of Krillin staying longer.
Well, that's not that long, so I don't think Krillin would be back yet.
Are you sure about that?
I'm sure about that. He doesn't have instant transmission, so he can't just teleport. Yeah.
I thought we said they all pretty much have.
It's only been like not that even a day since he. So I think they'd use the Dragon Balls to rush Raditz and Tien back.
Well, okay. So let's say they use the Dragon Balls in the middle of Frieza's battle with Goku.
Yeah.
That would work. That would work. That would have the continuity there.
Yeah.
So, you know, Goku wouldn't have even realized that the dragon was summoned. So, seeing Raditz alive like that, he's like, I sensed what you did there at the end, brother. What was that power?
It's like, no, I think he would know exactly what that power was. My brother, the Super Saiyan. Oh, father would be so proud. So would mother.
I would think that would be him at first. He'd be like, Father would be so proud of you. So would Mother. So, wait. If you can do it, surely I can. You'll teach me this technique immediately, Kakarot.
and Goku has, like, I just transfer. Like, I don't even know what it is. It's like. So he's a bit flabbergasted by Raditz's, like, optimism about it, but, like, at the same time, like. What I can imagine is that this battle on Earth sort of shone across the universe as like a as like everyone, all people with scouters and stuff, like their pings slightly. It's not enough. It's not a full power. But it's like, what on earth is that? And it just it's like a wave, like power as Goku.
I could see that, and miraculously on everyone's scouters. Earth's power level originally was about 500, but now Earth's pumped up to 5,000 somehow, seemingly out of nowhere.
And who also feels that is Vegeta. Just like, what?
Yeah, he doesn't even need the scouter; he senses it.
What was that?
So this would prompt the prince to return to Earth.
But I guess we can sort of cool down the scene now with obviously Chi-Chi reunites with Goku. It's revealed, yeah, obviously, and you know they're gonna have another son. Goku already knew that, but yeah, this is like, but Chi-Chi also berates him for being so long. It's taking so long to get back.
Yep, and they would have a good amount of peacetime. Nobody really having to come to Earth at all. You know, sure, they would have to deal with Vegeta.
Though, if
Vegeta would...
I do tend to put, like, one movie in, like, so...
Are you doing the cooler movie?
Just they have the cooler movie happen.
I mean, the cooler movie could happen.
Or it's, or instead of the cooler movie, it's, we could have, like, somehow, King Cold, after sort of that wave of energy, comes to Earth to just inspect what the hell happened. And
you see, I would think that, I would think that would happen a lot later, though, because he would be concerned about, okay, what happened to Frieza? Frieza hasn't reported in, you know.
Oh, instead, instead he just sends a group of his top men to see what the hell that was. So just... Yep. And they're never seen or heard from again.
And, they're never seen from or heard from again. But, unlike what happened with Trunks, nobody destroyed Frieza's ship. So they would know that Frieza's ship was there. They would be able to relay the message that Frieza is nowhere to be seen or sensed on this planet.
So his baby boy.
But his ship is here. Yeah, so it would be a confirmed kill as far as that's concerned.
I imagine where the ship is, like there's a ginormous crater next to it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that is the resting place of Frieza.
Yeah.
So, but it would be confirmed that with no Frieza, yeah, ship's there.
Yeah.
And because we're not gonna just see this from the bad guys, who's there when the bad guys show up? Why, of course it's Bulma. Because space technology. Of course she can't stay the frick away from it. But Bulma wasn't gonna go there alone. I would think this would be an opportunity for Raditz to be like, oh, well, yes, I know a lot about this space technology. I've gotten to ride on these sorts of flagships before. I could show you exactly where the cockpit and everything is. And Bulma would be hiding while Raditz was taking out the trash.
Yeah. No, he would just... I love the idea that he continues when he's suppressing his power, he just uses the 1,500. Just because, as like a sign of like, yeah, look how far I've come since then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And this is a big deal that Frieza's flagship's there, because now Capsule Corp has access to healing pods.
They also have the Cybermen that Bulma has been cultivating in, like, I don't know, maybe the gardens in Capsule.
Yeah, in the observatory, in the observatory gardens.
Like they're going to become servants and stuff. It's just.
Well, I wouldn't even say just servants,
and
but like
and guards and stuff as well.
Yeah, they're bodyguards. You know, they're creatures that will attack if their master demands it.
And in this case,
you know?
Bulma is their master, so
yep.
Gonna listen.
Of course, I would think they would have more personality though, because whenever he's over at Capsule Corp, I can see Gohan play with the Cybermen.
Sure, that's true.
Gohan wasn't in that initial conflict with the Saiyans, so he wouldn't know about Cybermen, and he would be like, "Oh, hey, you guys are fun. You want to play?" And they would fly around. They might spar a little bit. Like he would have his own little friends at Capsule Corp to kind of play with.
Yeah. I imagine that this is like a peaceful period, but also they have to end up dealing with
and
Garlic.
this is also a precursor to Goten and Trunks finding the Cell Juniors.
But Garlic Jr. would eventually arise again as he releases the Black Water Mist.
Yep, and he's promptly stopped.
Yeah, this time it's Yamcha that's sort of a guy that doesn't get captured by it. Neither does the Actually, I'd probably say Raditz gets controlled by it, but Goku manages to.
I would think Raditz wouldn't, and here's why.
Oh, it's
that gravity chamber. Well, that gravity chamber is airtight.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that thing's not gonna happen. And as soon as Krillin, Gohan,
Well,
I guess
Krillin
we could also
is not here at the moment. Still, I mean.
Oh, right. So, Yamcha and Gohan have been a buddy group of this what if. So as soon as Yamcha and Gohan's power levels are going off on the lookout, Raditz senses it like, ha! I better see what's going on. Instant transmission.
Just and he gets like a fist in the face, like, Jesus, what the?
Yeah.
What's going on?
And when he looks at who the fist belongs to, it ends up being Piccolo. Like, this is when Piccolo's acting like he's taken over. But really, he's not, because Slugman.
Yeah.
That whole thing happens.
Yeah, Garlic Jr. would be completely defeated after that point.
Yeah.
And then after after that, the whole incident, the Blackwater Mist just gets evaporated. That's when Krillin shows back in the ship.
Yeah, roughly, what, 2 years later?
Well, I'd say it's around, like, maybe a month before any of the Future Warriors show up in the past.
So that would be about a year. Goku was on Yard Rat for about a year.
Yeah, so he's like God. He's coming to leaps and bounds in that year.
Yep.
Yeah.
He arrives on the planet and everybody's like, "Yay, hey, Krillin's back. You guys, Frieza's coming." No, Frieza's dead. Then who was I sensing? Cuz that felt like Frieza. Huh? And then a Frieza ship shows up. It's cold.
Yeah. He just like this is like a month. Like this is like I don't know, maybe 2 month or two after Garlic has his little escapades.
Yep. So the ship would arrive, and King Cold, being leagues above Frieza, would take Goku for a ride as far as that's concerned. But then the Future Warrior shows up, which is who?
Yeah, the Future Warrior is interesting because I do have the fact that it's not going to be Trunks.
Nah.
No. Instead.
No, there's no Vegeta Daddy in this one.
Yeah. Instead,
Oh wait, what about Vegeta? Is he on Earth yet?
Nope.
Okay, he's not there yet, but he's on his way.
Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah, he probably would. He takes his time to get to Earth. But
yeah, he knows where it is. He wants to take out Frieza forces first.
Yeah, first, when Frieza dies, like, okay, that might be interesting. Then King Cold dies, it's like, oh, okay, what the hell. But the Future Warriors, one of them is Goten, and the other is the daughter of Raditz and Bulma. Bulma. Or I already have a name. I have a name that maybe Raditz would want to name his daughter
something Saiyan
after his mother.
So Gine.
Yeah, though it depends if Bulma would be fine with that. Gine is a name. He is honoring his mother.
I would think like he would be like, I want to name her after my mother, which means Gine. How do you spell that in English? Well, G, I, and we'll just call her Geen.
Geen. No, I think it's just Gine. It's fine for a name. No matter the joke there, but.
Yeah,
but it's future Gine Jr. and Goten, so the cousins there.
Gine. Usually, like Junior, as far as the South is concerned, I noticed that Junior is typically men, and if you have someone named after like someone's mother, it would be Anne. So you have like Mary Ann, Lisa Ann. You know, that would be the sub there.
Oh,
so it'd be Guinea Ann.
She's just known as Guinea.
Yep. She prefers to just be called Guinea because her grandmother's been dead almost 100 years.
Not 100 years.
Well, I mean, it might as well be like that's the exaggeration, you know. Oh, come on, Grandma's been dead like 100 years. About 50, young woman. I'm not that young, you know, or I'm not that old.
But you know what? In this timeline, I could see Goten being the sword guy.
Yeah, totally.
Why not?
You would think that the sword would be cool. You know?
Yes. So, and those two are the ones to kill.
To take out Cold. And of course, Raditz would be flabbergasted having not gotten Super Saiyan yet. Like he's been working on it, trying to get it, but not quite.
Yeah.
And of course, Goku is excited. Oh my God, 2 more Super Saiyans!
And this is also when Vegeta shows up on Earth now, as this is going.
Especially
on.
after sensing that.
Yeah, he was on his way over there. But he just had a few pit stops on the way. But he finally arrived.
Vegeta's pod is the one they're waiting for instead of Goku's. It's like, hey, Vegeta's going to be arriving here soon, and we need to talk to all of you.
Oh, that's actually pretty ingenious there.
Yeah. Vegeta should be arriving soon. What, Vegeta? He's coming? Yeah, and we're going to need to talk to all of you if, you know, what we have to say is going to happen.
But that's where we'll leave it off until next time.
With the Z crew awaiting Vegeta's arrival and not wanting to kill him for some reason.
Yeah. Be a bit confusing, that.
Well, it would be confusing at first, but don't worry. Future Goten, I mean, future guy, because he's not been born yet. He's going to hide that identity. We'll explain this.
He hasn't been, I mean,
in the next one.
Neither Goten or...
Yeah, neither of them are born yet. They're not going to say anything about their names.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. But until next time.
Take care.
Bye.